Weaving green threads, a sustainable living journey for the Ambrosia community in today's rapidly evolving world. Sustainable living isn't merely a trend, it's a necessity. The Ambrosia community stands at the forefront of redefining what it means to live harmoniously with our planet. By embracing eco-conscious choices, we can protect our environment while fostering resilience and innovation. This guide explores the transformative power of sustainable living, offering practical strategies tailored to the values and lifestyles of the Ambrosia community. Whether you're new to sustainability or looking to deepen your commitment, these insights will empower you to make meaningful contributions to a greener future. The principles of sustainable living revolves around minimizing harm to the earth while maximizing well-being for present and future generations. At its core, it involves conscious decisions about resource use, waste management, and environmental stewardship. These principles extend beyond individual actions to influence broader societal change. Central to sustainable living is the concept of balance between consumption and conservation, progress and preservation. This equilibrium ensures that our activities do not deplete natural resources faster than they can regenerate. It requires thoughtful planning and a willingness to adapt traditional practices. Resource efficiency. Prioritize the reuse and repurposing of materials to reduce demand on finite resources. Simple acts like repairing broken items instead of replacing them contribute significantly to sustainability. Eco-friendly consumption. Support businesses and brands committed to ethical production methods. Products made with recycled materials or biodegradable components align with long-term environmental goals. By embedding these principles into daily routines, residents of the Ambrosia community can cultivate a culture of responsibility and creativity. Every choice, whether big or small, plays a role in shaping a resilient ecosystem. Sustainability also emphasizes systemic change. While personal efforts matter, lasting impact comes from advocating for policies that promote clean energy, fair labor practices, and ecological protection. Collective advocacy strengthens the movement toward global sustainability targets. Eco-conscious home habits. Your home is the foundation of sustainable living, serving as both a sanctuary and a hub for environmentally friendly practices. Small adjustments in household routines can lead to significant reductions in carbon footprints and overall resource consumption. Energy efficiency begins with simple upgrades like switching to LED light bulbs and unplugging devices when not in use. Smart thermostats further optimize heating and cooling, lowering utility bills while conserving energy. These measures not only save money but also reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Water conservation strategies. Conserving water is equally vital, especially in regions facing drought conditions. Installing low-flow showerheads and fixing leaky faucets prevents unnecessary wastage. Collecting rainwater for gardening purposes offers an innovative way to supplement municipal supplies. Xeriscaping, a landscaping technique that uses native plants requiring minimal irrigation, is gaining popularity among Ambrosians. This approach reduces water usage while enhancing biodiversity and creating visually appealing outdoor spaces. Dishwashing techniques also play a role. Using full loads in dishwashers and opting for manual washing with efficient rinses minimizes water expenditure. Additionally, greywater systems recycle water from sinks and showers for non-potable uses like flushing toilets or watering lawns. Fashion-forward, ethical clothing choices. Clothing production accounts for nearly 10% of global carbon emissions, making responsible fashion choices crucial. The Ambrosia community can take pride in leading the shift away from fast fashion toward ethical alternatives that prioritize people and the planet. Buying secondhand garments supports circular economies and extends product life cycles. Thrift stores, consignment shops, and online marketplaces provide access to high-quality pieces without contributing to textile waste. Repairing damaged clothes rather than discarding them fosters skill development and mindful consumption. Supporting local artisans and sustainable brands amplifies positive impacts. Brands that utilize organic cotton, recycled fabrics, or natural dyes align with environmental goals. Certifications like fair trade ensure equitable treatment of workers across supply chains. Investing in versatile, timeless styles reduces the frequency of wardrobe updates. Multifunctional clothing allows individuals to mix and match outfits creatively, cutting down on overall consumption. Upcycling projects transform old items into new ones, adding artistic flair while diverting textiles from landfills. Green transportation alternatives. Transportation remains one of the largest contributors to greenhouse gas emissions globally. Transitioning to cleaner modes of travel not only mitigates climate change effects but also promotes healthier communities through reduced air pollution levels. Public transportation systems offer convenient and eco-friendly commuting options. Buses, trains, and trams powered by electricity or alternative fuels produce fewer emissions compared to private vehicles. Carpooling initiatives connect neighbors seeking shared rides, decreasing traffic congestion and fuel expenses simultaneously. Bicycling and walking emerge as ideal zero-emission alternatives suitable for short distances. With dedicated bike lanes and pedestrian pathways becoming increasingly common in Ambrosian neighborhoods, active transport becomes safer and more accessible for residents of all ages. Electric vehicles represent a promising evolution in automotive technology. As charging infrastructure expands and battery costs decline, EV ownership grows more feasible. Incentive programs offered by the Ambrosia government help offset initial purchase prices, encouraging wider adoption rates. Lastly, promoting remote work opportunities reduces the need for daily commutes altogether. Flexible schedules enable employees to minimize travel-related emissions while maintaining productivity and work-life balance. Nourishing body and planet, sustainable food systems. Food production and distribution account for approximately 26% of global CO2 emissions. Choosing locally sourced ingredients, reducing food waste, and adopting plant-forward diets are powerful ways to shrink one's environmental footprint. Local farmers' markets provide direct access to fresh produce harvested seasonally. Supporting regional farms strengthens agricultural diversity and shortens supply chains, which lowers transportation-related emissions. Seasonal eating naturally encourages variety without relying on imported goods. Composting kitchen scraps transforms organic waste into nutrient-rich soil amendments. Vermicomposting, an advanced method involving worms, further accelerates decomposition processes. Compost bins placed strategically in backyards or community gardens facilitate easy participation. Reducing meat intake contributes substantially to sustainability goals due to livestock farming's high water usage and methane output. Incorporating legumes, whole grains, and vegetables into meals enhances nutritional profiles while easing pressure on arable lands. Meal prepping helps prevent impulse grocery shopping trips that often result in excess packaging waste. Planning weekly menus based on available pantry staples maximizes ingredient utilization before spoilage occurs. Building resilient communities through sustainability. Sustainable living thrives on communal effort rather than isolated endeavors. Strengthening neighborhood ties through collaborative projects fosters mutual support and knowledge sharing among residents committed to ecological wellness. Urban gardening initiatives allow families to grow herbs, fruits, and vegetables even in limited spaces. Vertical gardens mounted against walls or container planting setups maximize yield potential regardless of property size. These green spaces enhance mental health by reconnecting inhabitants with nature. Community cleanup days engage volunteers in beautifying public areas while raising awareness about litter prevention. Organizing educational workshops on topics ranging from DIY repairs to renewable energy installation equips participants with skills applicable to everyday life challenges. Shared tool libraries enable households to borrow equipment like lawnmowers or paintbrushes instead of purchasing duplicates. This model reduces clutter accumulation and financial burdens associated with frequent replacements. Creating green corridors connecting parks and recreational facilities improves air quality and provides safe passage for wildlife. Planting native species along these routes sustains pollinator populations essential for healthy ecosystems. Overcoming challenges together while transitioning towards sustainable practices presents obstacles. Proactive approaches help overcome these hurdles collectively. Addressing economic constraints requires creative problem-solving centered around affordability and accessibility. Growing your own food diminishes dependence on store-bought groceries whose packaging generates plastic waste. Even modest herb gardens can yield considerable savings over time while offering therapeutic benefits linked to nurturing plants. Participating in barter exchanges facilitates trade of surplus items without monetary transactions. Swapping gently used books, toys, or electronics creates social connections while keeping usable objects out of landfills. Leveraging digital platforms connects individuals searching for similar interests or services related to sustainability. Online forums serve as hubs for exchanging ideas, troubleshooting issues, or discovering upcoming events focused on eco-innovation. Advocacy campaigns raise visibility regarding pressing concerns affecting environmental justice. Joining grassroots movements empowers citizens to influence policy decisions impacting housing developments, industrial regulations, and climate adaptation plans. Conclusion: sustainable living represents a holistic lifestyle rooted in respect for Earth's resources and interdependence among all beings. The journey may begin with seemingly minor adjustments yet accumulates momentum through persistent engagement with ecological consciousness. Every step taken, from installing solar panels to volunteering at beach cleanups, contributes meaningfully toward achieving larger objectives set forth by scientific experts and global leaders alike. Collectively, these efforts forge paths toward thriving societies grounded in equity, health, and regeneration. Now is the moment to embrace change confidently, knowing that each decision holds significance. Whether initiating solitary experiments or rallying others around shared visions, every contribution matters deeply in crafting tomorrow's legacy of care and coexistence.